Hello, we're live. Hi, everybody. I'm Amanda Call, and I'm going to work on a comic page. So we had previously been working on an Age of Night page, and I didn't get to finish it on stream before I had to post it. And so I asked Twitter, since I only got to work on that for a couple of times, I asked Twitter and Facebook and my patrons like what they would like to see, and people... Generally, the consensus seemed to be another Age of Night page, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do another Age of Night page, and then after I do this page, then we'll go back to doing another I Am the First page. So that's the plan. All right, so we are going to work on Age of Night, chapter 27, page 24. I have all of my panel borders laid out here. I put in my perspective grids on the pages that are the panels that needed them. So we're ready to roll here. Hey, Hungry, thanks so much for joining me. I also have my thumbnails off to the side. I have my script over here too, so that I can, reference what I'm supposed to be doing and don't forget. I can't find my drawing sleeve. I have misplaced it. I'm not sure where it is. So I guess I just don't have that today. Oh well. All right. So as usual, I plan my word balloons out in the thumbnail stage to make sure that I leave room for them. And so that's one of the first things that I put in when I start penciling and roughing in the pencils for a panel is where does that word balloon need to go? Because I don't want to forget about it or not leave enough room for it later, because that will be a bad time. All right, so we're getting just kind of like a rough placement of these different characters, like where their figures are going to be, where some basic background elements are. What is in this word balloon? Oh, it's literally one word, so it doesn't need to be quite as enormous as I made it. One word. I think it doesn't need to be quite that big. It's the largest word balloon for one word ever. Okay, now, so this is the thing, this is what I'm struggling with, and I need to be careful of. So this horizon line here for this panel, this blue line, that X belongs to a different panel. Just ignore that. I'm going to get rid of that. But this horizon line here, so you can see I marked it HL, and that's what this grid is going off of. So where it crosses Thel's body here, every other figure that is in that perspective situation, so that would be anybody in this panel, that horizon line should cross them on the same height on them. So if it's crossing him like right under the pectoral muscles there, right at the bottom of his shoulder blades, since he's back too, I guess, it would be crossing the same height on Wen. Wen is a little bit shorter than Thel, and so for her that would be crossing like probably like right below her collarbones, like right here to her relatively. So I need to keep that in mind when I pencil her in, is that she needs to be down here in order to be in the same perspective situation, because otherwise she's like way taller than Thel if that horizon line is crossing her below the rib cage, like I first started sketching it in, then she's like significantly taller than Thel, which she's not. She'd be like 7 feet tall. it's one of those things that it's like, you wouldn't necessarily know why it looked wrong. You'd just be like, well, that looks wrong. All right, skirts flying all out behind her. Some of this we can get a little bit more detailed on later, but there's that. Got some buildings back here. I need to look at one of my previous pages and make sure that I'm drawing the buildings the way I'm supposed to. Yes. Okay. No, that's the wrong. What am I looking at? That's the wrong page. Let's look at. Nope. Oh my goodness. Do I have the right page somewhere? Okay. Okay. All right, we've got building back here. I just need to kind of rough in for the moment. There's a building. I don't think we know how tall it is. I'm gonna say it's fairly tall. It's at least a couple of stories. Got some other stuff going on in this area here. Trying to populate this scene, make it actually look like a place where things exist. Well, actually, I think I'm gonna make that just a little bit bigger, so it's not just this, or a little bit smaller, so it's not just this like monolith taking up half the panel there. And we're gonna have just some other people walking around. This is still like in town. There's people around. They're just gonna kind of be in the background there. Okay, I want this to be like this. Hey, someone saying, thanks so much for joining me. Happy to have people here with me. Okay, so I've got a basic idea of what's going on in this first panel here. Oh, I had a tricky time getting this one right in the thumbnails. Let's see if it gives me if it's any more cooperative when I'm actually trying to draw it. Yeah, I still feel like I'm having a hard time getting the action that I want positioned in the panel in the way that it like fills it up and doesn't get it cut off like awkwardly, because I'm going to end up with all this like dead space up here the way that I have it now. So we're going to try again. I did this like 4 times in my thumbnails, and you would think, having thumbnailed it out, that I have like found the solution. Apparently I can look right at the solution and not understand it. That's a thing, I guess. Eraser. Get back here. I want that lower line. I think I just had a slightly more extreme angle. Because he's doing the thing. He's doing the, oh, I'm going to get both the swords off my back thing. Oh boy, we've got an action-y scene going on here. Like, Fell's going to do some action. Okay, now his head doesn't seem like it's in the right spot. Why does your head not feel like it's attached, sir? I think it needs to come over and forward a little bit there. That seems slightly better. All right. We've got that more or less figured out up there. We're going to continue on. We're going to move on for right now. Okay, so now we've got this whole action sequence I was working on trying to. This is the beginning of a very action-y scene, and I was trying to work on the thumbnails for it today. I was just like, oh no, why do things have to happen? Why does conflict have to be interesting? It is. It's maximum effort time. It's so true. All right, we've got one character kind of bowling into the other. Smack. All right. And Story Comic says, this is my favorite main-based Tuesday 8 p.m. drawing live stream. That is a very specific category, but I'm happy to be at the top of it. Oh, dang it. I need to move all of this over. I still ended up with all this dead space over here. Just scoot. I will say that while I generally do not like working digitally, I don't enjoy drawing digitally. Anytime I watch a time lapse of somebody drawing digitally and they just take a perfectly good drawing and scoot it over half an inch, I'm just like wildly jealous. Just like, that is the one thing I wish I could do. It's the one time where I get jealous of digital artists. Where it's like, oh, you could just take that perfectly good thing that you already drew and just scoot it over or just like rotate it half a degree and now it's fine. Must be nice. All right. Actually, her head needs to be like, she's like full on smacking into him. Okay, you know what? It works because that gets a lot more. It is. Not having to redraw something because of simply because of placement is a really nice feature of digital. It is literally like the one thing that I get very jealous about. Where I'm just like, oh, if only I could do that in paper somehow. All right. That arm probably is going to need to move a little bit, but we got the basic idea. All right. Smack. There's impact. All right. And then we have some word balloons. I also like being able to test different halftone or shading placements, knowing that I can always try something else if it doesn't turn out as I expected. Yeah, that's definitely a really cool feature of that too. Being able to just kind of like play around a little bit and be like, do I like that there? Nah, I don't like that there. Not especially like with inking where it's just like, I guess I'm gonna go for it. It's time to commit. All right, this is kind of looks kind of weird the way that it is right now, but we'll hopefully end up making sense. All right, so that's Bell's shoulder. So he's gonna do this very light, like underdrawing here where I'm kind of going over everything else. So his head needs to be like here. Trying not to completely obliterate everything else I've been drawing up until this point. There we go. Hey, Spud, you did not miss too much. I have been going for about 20 minutes. So you still have the better part of the stream left to go. All right. Wah! Got a very upset Wen in taking up the lion's share of the real estate on this particular page. Last panel, we've got this cool... I didn't really do 3-point perspective. I do this little cheat sometimes. So when you have like the like worm's eye view, like I'm doing here, like I'll put in this one architectural element so you can see what I'm talking about. It's a doorway. Hey, look, there's the doorway. So like when you do this kind of like, oh, you are worm and you are looking up at something. Hey, Ilya, thanks so much for joining me. When you do this kind of like worm's eye view thing, it's usually supposed to be like 3-point perspective. So like this panel is 2-point perspective. So if I were to like draw a little using these lines here, you've got one set of lines that's going to this point, one set of lines that's going to this point, and using those lines I can like draw a little cube here following those lines, and oh look, there's your cube in 2-point perspective. And when you do like the worm's eye view or the bird's eye view, you're supposed to be doing it as 3-point perspective, where it's like you do these and then you also include one way the heck up there so that you have it, you know, vanishing to both sides like this, but then also vanishing to the third point to get like that extra extreme depth. But if it's a situation like this where it's literally like we're looking at something face on, and if not for the fact that I wanted this dramatic angle, it would just be like a 1-point perspective drawing. You know, like the classic like train tracks going to the horizon 1-point situation. I don't need the other points for this like flat thing that I'm just like looking up at like this. So I just do 1 point and put it way the heck up there. Is this cheating? Yes. Do I care? No. No, I don't. I don't care. Because, like, primarily, I just want to make sure I have the reference to make the door, like, a consistent shape for looking up at it. Like, the doorway, a consistent shape for looking up at it. And then also to just have those kind of, like, landmark to build my figures into. Because I am also going to have figures in here. It's not just an empty doorway, because that would be silly. This guy's face is like right over the door frame here where I already have very thick lines. That's annoying. Why did I do it that way? I don't know. That's just, we gotta like lighten all that up. That's just turning into a mess. I can't even see what I'm doing at this point. we've got a couple more figures a little bit farther back. All right. Hooray! We're about 26 minutes into the stream and everything is roughed out. I've got all of my little various bits roughed into place. Okay. I am going to sharpen my pencil. The pencil sharpener is not hiding on top of my battery today. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to start cleaning some of these up and making them more finished pencils is the idea. Oh, that's right. Yesterday was Halloween. Hope everybody had a happy Halloween. Had fun. Did something fun if Halloween's your jam, if you celebrate. If you celebrate Halloween or some other end of October, beginning of November type deal. All right, Swords. Your birthday is next Wednesday, Lilia. That's awesome. That's fun. Do you have any fun plans? And someone saying that I think a lot of comic and manga art is about cutting corners, because if artists spent the time required to get every detail drawn out perfectly, they'd never get the comic done. Yes. You are 100% right. Like, no, you can't do everything 100% the right way, because you gotta get it done. It's gotta get done. It's all about finding what is the good enough I can manage here to make this look good without completely losing my mind and having it take the rest of my life. Because, like, I respect the fact that I had to learn the right way to do everything, and that's important to know, because then you understand everything better. But it's not always the practical way to actually do things. Ilya's gonna go see Black Adam for their birthday. Nice. That sounds fun. My birthday's not for a while yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's usually it's a challenge trying to plan anything, because mine's in the dead of winter. And someone says that it was good. That's great. They saw it a couple days ago. Nice. All right. It's going to be fairly shadowy back here. So it's kind of a whole deal. Fell's kind of hiding in the shadows like he does. No spoilers. Okay, no spoilers. We will not do spoilers. I haven't seen it. I can't accidentally say any spoilers. All right, this post is actually in front of Fell's arm there, so I'm gonna go and do that real quick. Post. And that's all gonna be black. That is very wonky. That's not even a little bit straight. What is this? Oh, geez. Okay. Not even close. This is why we use a straight edge later. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. Spells. Arm. I'm going to go ahead and get his end of his hand in here. Oh, that's a weird gesture. What are we doing there, Phil? What is that? I don't know what that is. Let's try that again. It's looking a little more like a gesture a human hand might make. Hooray! There we go. Here's his hand. Okay. All right. That's all going to be darkness. Kind of planning some of these a little bit. Yes, you're right. It is a little bit long. You are correct, Ilya. You are correct. I'm still not really like thrilled with that. So we may just make this hand disappear. It's just going to go away. And we're going to say it's just behind this post somewhere. There. It's like his hand is like he's doing some kind of gesture like over here. I guess I can still put in like a finger or something. I'm afraid that might look even goofier though. Yeah, because then it's just like a couple of fingers poking out past the edge of the post. You know what? It's just his arm is just behind the post. It's fine. It's fine. It looks more awkward to have it sticking out. So it's just behind the post. We're gonna say that's probably for the best. The disembodied hand is not working very well. That was a good call, Lilia. You are correct. Weirdly long dislocated arms is one of those things that, like, I just have always had to fight to keep a handle on. That has been a common issue for me since literally forever. And every time I draw one, I try to be careful, but sometimes these things still happen. Every time I draw one, I just remember a drawing I showed one of my roommates in college, and her comment was, "That arm is reaching for God." And I just think of that every time I see myself draw an arm that's too long. That arm is reaching for God. Get back here. You need to stay on Earth. Just makes me chuckle. I don't have very many good memories of that particular roommate. So the fact that I have one that makes me chuckle that's good. That's a good thing. Because, oh boy, that roommate was something else. As many like college age roommates tend to be. What's going on with this box? What was on this box? I don't remember. Let me look at look at my reference images. What does this box look like? Okay, that's what that box looks like. It's a box. I don't think I showed this side of the box. I'm gonna have this side of the box look like this. Here we go. All right, we've got the edge of the awning here, where fella's hiding in darkness. Okay. Gotten like half of this one done. Let's see if we can do Wen over here. I think I need to sharpen my pencil again. There's a lot of scrubbing going on over there. Okay, I've got eraser crumbs all piled up. Let's get those off of here. No, that makes no sense. She's running forward. Her hair needs to be going back. try to get these overlapping forms to make it actually look like her arm is moving forward and not just unusually short. Do you make floor plan sketches for your rooms? It depends on the room. Sometimes I do. It really depends on what is in the room, like how complex the room is, or how much like stuff needs to be in it. And if the character's movement through the room needs to be particularly complex for whatever reason, or if they have to like interact with a lot of different elements in it. Or if it's just like a location that they return to a lot. And so I want to make sure that it's consistent and that it has everything that I need in it. Because it's not fun to run into, oh, now there's supposed to be another door over here or something like that. So sometimes, but also a lot of times that's part of what I use that like opening establishing shot for a lot of scenes, is that it's like that's kind of like the almost like the blueprint that I'll go back to, where it's like I try to include as much information as possible in that first image, so that not only do readers have like visually something that they're to like key in on and know what everything is supposed to look like, but also so that I do, so I can go back and reference it without having to make a floor plan for every scene. Not saying that method doesn't ever come back to bite me, because sometimes it does. Sometimes I still manage to forget kind of important information. And then I'm cursing myself just a little bit. Just a wee bit. Just a little bit of cursing myself. Wait, what is this? Foot is like way too far forward in this sketch. Should be like way back here. What is happening? What are these lines? What are we doing here? All right, that's a little better. All right, there's Wen running forward. Ah! so I can add in some of this background stuff now. We're getting towards the end of the stream. We've got like 15-ish minutes left. There's just going to be some like people just doing their thing back here. I'm just going to be kind of like stick figure people for the most part. Just kind of walking by, doing their thing. No idea what's going on. They'll be very lightly lined, so they hopefully will not interfere visually with what's going on here. Just kind of like, yeah, there's like people here. They're not, Wen and Thel are not the only people that exist in this town all of a sudden. It'd be weird if they were. All right, so we're going to put in this building. Oh no! No! The bots! Stop it! Oh God. Remove. Stop it. It's the Vert Girls. The Vert Girls found me. Remove. Go away. The Vert Girls. Remember, they showed up on the Longest John stream, the last one. The sexy bots. It's like free Vert Girls. It's like Vert. It's like abbreviating virtual, but it just says Vert.
Free the Vert Girls.
Free the Vert Girls. Don't you care about the Vert Girls?
I care about them.
We must free them.
They should be free.
Oh, jeez. Are they green? That would be funny if they were. It was spelled with an I, so I don't think so. It'd be funny if they were Vert Girls and be like, oh, they're like Orions. Nope, that's the middle of the post. Over here is where that line goes. This is a post, Amanda. That is a post. This is empty space. Goodness. Okay. That's, we've populated the background. That now at least it doesn't look like they're completely in an empty space. So that's good. Okay. We've got a little less than 10 minutes at this point. So I'm going to start working over here on this panel, getting that firmed up. And I'm going to do the YouTube things. I'm going to remind you, I'm Amanda Call. This is my comic, Age of Night, that I am working on here on my channel. I do these art streams every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, although next week I will not be streaming. I will post a little thing to remind everybody, but next week I will not be streaming because it is the election and I have to work the election, and I will not be getting home until who freaking knows when. Who knows? No one knows. The polls don't close until 8, and then we have to count ballots and report them to the state and all of that fun stuff. So I am not getting home until I have no idea when, and I will have worked a very long day. So yeah, there will not be a stream next week, but the following week there should be. So just keep your eyes on this channel here. Subscribe to the channel so that I can, it'll like ping you when I go live. And you can follow me on social medias so that you can see if I have updates to my streaming schedule. Like, hey, can't work. It's the election. That sort of thing. Are you stuffing ballot boxes for the deep state? Man, I gotta tell you, the more I learn about how elections are actually conducted, the funnier I think the idea of like anyone doing this fraudulently is. Like, there is so much to try to keep everything like on the level. So many layers of like rules and checks and yeah. What else? So yes, this comic, Age of Night, you can read it on my website, ageofnight.com, for free. Every Wednesday, there's a new comic page. But if you want to help support me making comics, I also have Patreon, just patreon.com/ageofnight. And you can buy copies of the comic, the first 3 volumes anyway, on various websites. Physical copies are on Amazon. PDF copies are available on the One Bookshelf sites. So that's DriveThruRPG, DriveThruRPG, DriveThruComics, and DriveThruFiction, as well as on Skirmisher Publishing's website, skirmisher.com. And like ebook versions, like what is it, Moby or what have you, that's all available on Amazon as well. So you got options if you want to go that route. That arm still feels wonky. We might have to revisit that. All right. Yay. It's like a mostly naked looking drawing of Phil while I try to figure out where his anatomy is before I put clothes on it. All right. What's happening with this arm? I feel like the angle is off here. Let's try this again. So yeah, if you want to follow me on various social medias, there's also Twitter at Age of Night, Instagram and TikTok at Amanda Call Art. Age of Night also has a Facebook page, and like I said, you should subscribe to the YouTube channel so that YouTube can tell you when I'm going live and stuff. Is that better? I feel like that's a little bit better. It's still a little bit wonky. Okay. I don't know what's happening with this thumb either. So if he's doing this, yeah, that's where the thumb should be. I have to like hold my arms up and do this because, but it'll be like that. Okay. That's more like it. That's more like it. All right, we're making progress. We're getting there. That still looks like he's naked. So next time we'll put some clothes on him. All right, so we started this hour with this page of my webcomic Age of Night that just had, it was pretty much blank. It just had panel borders that were totally empty, except for these two perspective grids. So over this hour, we have roughed everything in so that I know more or less what's happening in each panel. And I have finished penciling one panel. I have gotten a pretty good start on the next one. So next time we are going to continue with penciling and see if we can get it finished. And that's not going to be next week, but the week after, because like I said, I have to work next week. So it's not going to happen. So thanks everybody for coming and joining me. I will see you all next time. Bye.